What's up, guys? Kelly Kikaz, Sales Top Producer Academy. I am on a roll today. This is video number 3 for my YouTube library. Excited about that. I created the rollout plan and I'm not too focused on it too much, but today's holiday weekend. Well, this weekend's a holiday weekend and I have nothing to do. Well, Monday, I'm actually pretty booked with clients. So anyway, today's subject class is how much pressure do you put on people? So traditionally in the fear-based control tactic sale, there's a lot of pressure that is put on the customer. And I'm just going to use car sales as an example. At the end, the car salesman sits down and says, okay, let's do this. Car's $21,000. And the customer comes back and says, well, I'm only paying $17,000. And how much pressure does that initial salesman place on the customer? What is pressure? What is sales pressure? Well, it's actually emotional manipulation is really what it is. And so if that transaction takes place, then the car salesman comes back and says, oh gosh, there's no way I'd be able to come down to 17,000. I mean, and at that point, typically the last vehicle that I purchased anyway at a car dealership, the salesman had the vehicle pulled up on the computer of other dealerships in the surrounding areas and how much that vehicle was going for. Now I aced it in the hole because I love it. I'm a sales top producer. You're not gonna sell me. Right? So I came in with $100 bills in cash and I knew exactly how much I was paying for my vehicle. And I knew exactly what vehicle I was getting too. I was just I waited for probably 6 months. I kept looking at all of the dealerships in the local surrounding area, and it was a Honda Pilot, and looking at all the dealerships in the surrounding local area, and just came across this one, and it was perfect. I paid $2,500 less than the sticker on it, which was very low. The sticker on it was very low to begin with. In fact, the owner of the car dealership actually closed me because it went through 4 chains of command. So it was the car dealership or the salesman, the sales manager. When the sales manager didn't work, then it was like the car dealership manager. When the car dealership manager didn't work, and I went there the last day of the month at closing time. That's key. Okay, key to success is if you're purchasing a vehicle, go there on the final day of the month because they have to hit sales quotas, and then go towards closing time. So the owner finally came out and said, look, I can't do this. You're going to have to pay $250 on a credit card if you want to drive this vehicle home tonight. Otherwise, we're going to keep it. And of course, I'm like, yeah, I'll pay $250. It's no problem. So I still got it $2,500 below what they were asking for, the asking price. And the asking price was probably $1,500 below any other Honda Pilots that I had seen. So cha-ching. Wada bing bang. But how much pressure do you place on someone? Well, that car dealership experience, I don't experience sales pressure because I know exactly what I'm doing when I go in. So I usually 99.9% of the time, I don't fuck around with salespeople whatsoever. I know exactly what I'm going to buy. So for example, if there's a table in a store and they are selling something, I will walk by it. And if it catches my eye, I'm like, oh, what is that? Right. But I don't stop. I usually don't stop right away because I don't want the sales. I don't want the spiel. I don't need the spiel. I know whether or not I want to buy it. So I will continue through the store and I'll continue purchases. And let's see, let's say I've seen in my local grocery store some person that's set up for professional photography lately. Like they don't have professional photography booths anymore. They used to be in the stores, but they don't have those anymore. I remember at JCPenney, we used to, as a family, we used to go to JCPenney all dressed up and get professional portraits. And then when my kids were little, I think it was inside of Walmart, they had a professional studio there, and those don't exist anymore. We don't even have a JCPenney here local anymore. I don't even know if they're a business. They're probably online, but so recently I've seen professional photography. So, and of course I'm in business, right? It's always in the back of my mind, professional photography. But I'm on social media. I do online social media sales. So it's kind of, I don't know that I might have a professional photo shoot eventually, but for right now, I'm good with selfies. But it's always in the back of my mind, right? And they're there, every weekend or so. And the sales rep is like, hi. And I just look the other way. I don't pay attention to that sales rep. I think that it's actually more respectful. Personally, this is my own personal opinion. I think it's personally more respectful to ignore the sales rep and allow the attention of the sales rep to be placed on someone else that could be a closed sale. Think about this, okay? Ignore the sales rep and allow the attention to be placed on the person walking behind me, okay? Now, if I stop and say, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? That's taking the attention off of the person that's walking behind me that could be a potential sale. So that's how I handle it. I don't, that's from a consumer standpoint. From a sales standpoint, gosh, I don't really put pressure. I've never sold cars. I would never sell cars. I would never put pressure on someone, but I call them out. So if they, let's see here, they're asking a lot of questions about my product or service, and they are assumingly and appearingly in behavior, like they're appearing, that they are interested. And then if I ask them, a direct, blunt question, do you want to buy this? And they go, oh, no. I'll say, why did you ask so many questions for the last 20 minutes? You asked all of these detailed questions about this and about that and about this, and I'll run it back by them. I'll run what they said to me. I'll throw right back at them and say, you asked me this and this and this and this and this. Why would you ask me those questions if you're not interested in what I'm selling? So, and typically get the truth, because that's really what you want to do, is you want to get down to the truth. So applying pressure in sales really is not necessary. Maybe in car sales, maybe in real estate sales, maybe in insurance sales. Yeah, I've been licensed twice and I had my own agency, and that's part of the reason why I didn't like it, is because you do have to kind of apply that pressure. And I just didn't, it's just not my thing. So, how much pressure do you apply in sales? Well, I guess it really comes down to what kind of sales rep are you? Maybe you are a car salesman. Maybe you are a real estate salesman. Maybe you are an insurance salesman. If you are one of those three things, I think that you have to just accept that you will be applying pressure, and you will be saying things like my previous example, the vehicle's listed at 20,000 or 21,000. And I say, no, I'm paying 17. What are you talking about? Look at my screen right here. Look at all of these cars. They're worth, 25,000 and 30,000 and 28,000 and 23,000. There's no way that I can sell you this car for 17,000. Name, right? That's applying pressure, right? And then Name goes, oh, well, I was researching it myself, and I came across this and I saw it for 17,000, and so if I'm a good salesman or saleswoman, in car sales, and I'm just thinking, setting up an example of how you would apply pressure, that I would return and say, well, that doesn't make any sense to me, name, because I'm on Google right now and I'm at local car dealerships in the local surrounding area right now. And the lowest price that I see right here is 21,000 and we're selling it for 20,000. So there's no way that I can give it to you for 17,000. Well, but, and you're going to get probably a negative emotional explosion. If you're applying pressure, again, this is all emotions, right? 95% of the sale is emotional. So again, this is all emotions. If you're applying pressure, expect that you're going to get some explosion back. Now, I do apply pressure in the beginning of a relationship because number one sale is to sell yourself. So I do apply pressure, extreme pressure at the beginning of the relationship. I want to just have normal conversation with you. Where do you live? Especially on social media. Where do you live? How old are you? Do you have children? Are you married? What do you like to do in your free time? What's your business about? What are you about? What do you stand for? What do you like? What do you enjoy? And of course, I'm answering all of these questions myself. I'm not just drilling them the questions. I'm having a back and forth conversation. It's an SM 2022 strategy step called building rapport on social media. You have to have these back and forth conversations. Now, if someone is unwilling to have a back and forth conversation with me like that, I will apply pressure at that point and say, hello. I will actually send a meme that says, hello, knock, knock, knock. And if there's no reply, then I will try again and I will try again and I will try again. And typically 3 to 4 times, and then I block, delete, and they're off of my Facebook account. So, and Facebook is my number one form of having conversations with people and getting new clients is on Facebook. So it's not that you can skate through sales with no pressure. It's the type of pressure and where you're placing the pressure. So I place the pressure in the beginning of the relationship. Okay. So if you're not going to talk to me about just general shit, I had one person say, that's private information. That's private. What am I going to do with how old you are and whether or not you're married and have kids? Like, I literally have this conversation a billion times a day with every single person. Like, that's proprietary information. Okay, fine. Block, delete, adios. Yeah. Bye, Felicia. So that is a lot, I do place a lot of pressure in the beginning, but I don't place a lot of pressure when it comes to like rebuttaling or overcoming objections or, is part of the sales process. That's where I don't apply pressure. Now, again, if you're in cars or insurance or real estate or other things too, HVAC, when I sold HVAC, was a W-2 employee, I had to apply pressure. I just don't, it just doesn't feel very good to me to apply pressure in the rebuttaling stage or in the closing stage. It just doesn't feel very good to me. I would much rather have a communication, a back and forth communication. Does it take longer to close a sale? Yes. But I'll tell you what, those customers are night and day difference. You get referrals. They're 10 times easier. Oh, sweet Jesus. It's such an amazing relationship. Now, when you're a W-2 salesman or saleswoman, you're trying to get commission and not so much referrals and that sort of thing. It does make sense to apply pressure at that, overcoming objection part. But if you're a business owner and you want referrals and you want word of mouth and you want kind of that faith-based sale, then it does not make sense to apply pressure. It makes more sense to listen to the client, get yourself a really good CRM, and follow up. All righty. I'm probably going to create the next video. I'm actually going to go eat lunch. See you guys.